5:34 in the morning. Gotta put on my pants. Got my bags packed. Day one of orientation. When you go to orientation, you gotta make sure you got on pants, cargo pants, or work pants for training. That's all they want. You can't wear shorts, jogging pants, none of that. So, getting ready, day one. Let's go. I made it over to Schneider for orientation this morning. You got to get on the shuttle at 6 a.m. So I got up at about 5 a.m. Got dressed, took a shower, made sure I had everything ready. Went out, caught the shuttle at 6 a.m. Got here. Class started at 7 a.m. sharp. So today was orientation at Schneider. It was a long day. I can really say that. We started at like 6 a.m. I had to get up, as you see in the video. I had to get up this morning. The shuttle left the hotel at 6 a.m. And we got over to Schneider about 6:30. Class started at 7 a.m. You know, the first thing we did was we sat in front of the computer. We filled out paperwork. They took us so we could do a drug test. Oh yeah, when you do your drug test, man, if you ain't got no hair on your head or nothing like that, they take hair from under your arms, or they take hair from wherever they could find it. Dude actually shaved up under my arms to get the hair for my drug test, and I took my piss test, so it's both the same. So if you smoking weed or you doing any type of drugs, man, they take hair tests, they take piss tests, and they gonna find you. I mean, they gonna find out, plain and simple. After we did that, about 8, we start filling out logs. So basically, what you got to do is they go back 7 days. So if you haven't had a 10-hour break before you came to class on Monday morning, you're going to need to make sure you take a 10-hour break. But my last day of work was last week at Tuesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I didn't work. If you drive your own truck up here to Schneider, you're gonna have to log those hours. If you didn't live like in the vicinity of wherever the terminal you doing your orientation, you're gonna have to log those hours, just so you know if you bring your own truck up here. After that, we sat down with Schneider Finance, and what I want to say about Schneider Finance is you come up here, man, and you get a truck with Schneider Finance. You need to make sure this is something that you want to do. Plain and simple. Schneider does not have a walkaway lease at all whatsoever. You cannot walk away from this lease. So when you come up here, you need to sit down and really figure out this is something you want to do. So you got the opportunity to do a 1-year lease. A lot of people do a 1-year lease just to do the load board, figure out what they want to do, figure out if Schneider's the place for them, you know, but it ain't a walkaway lease. So you break that lease, I'm sure they're going to put it on your credit. They're going to send something, you know, they want their money, plain and simple. Ain't no walkaway lease. So even if you don't want the truck, you know, it might be certain exceptions, like you physically, medically can't work no more. They'll probably pretty much break the lease. But if you just saying, well, you just signed a 3-year lease and you're like, I don't want to be at Schneider no more. I want to take my talent somewhere else. I want to do something else. You know, Schneider Finance and Schneider is 2 totally different things. They not one and the same. Schneider Finance is one entity, and Schneider National or Schneider is another entity. So they 2 totally different things. So I just want to tell all drivers, man, if this is really what you want to do, make sure when you sign this contract, you just sign a 1-year lease. Don't sign a 2-year. Don't sign a 3-year. Sign a 1-year lease. You can get a brand new truck, Freightliner, Cascadia, Evolution, or whatever you want to get. You can get one for like $3,000, or you can get you a brand new like Peterbilt or Kenworth or something for like $5,000 to $7,000, or Volvo. You know, they got other rare trucks. You know, but if this is something you want to do, just know once you sign that contract on Monday morning, you got up until Wednesday, and they can rip it up by Wednesday and be like, you can say, I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to do this. And they can rip it up, and then you can go on about your business. But once you sign that contract, that is it, plain and simple. And after we did Schneider Finance, they gave us a couple breaks. We got a couple breaks in there. We had at the end of the day, we filled out our application for Schneider, not Schneider National, for Schneider, actual Schneider. We filled out an application for them at the end of the day. But before lunch, I know I'm skipping around, but I'm just trying to really remember everything we did today. But before lunch, after Schneider Finance left, they let us go outside and see our trucks for the first time. Here's a picture of my truck. Nigga, blow your big truck on. You still can see me up in my big truck, boy. Smiling like a little kid when I spin the corner with my brand new toy. Yeah, so that's that Peterbilt gonna be my baby for a while. But, you know, I just want to reiterate, man, like, you know, Schneider, they do a thorough background check, man. There's some guys here, man, that it's 2016. They went back and found some stuff on some guys who didn't write down on their stuff, some stuff that happened back in the 90s, because they thought, you know, time passed, like, you know, they matured, you know, they grew up, they not those same type of guys, so they put on their report or whatever that, you know, they didn't do whatever they did back then. But, you know, Schneider found out. I'm not sure if they let him go yet, or, you know, or they trying to look into the severity of it, or, you know, just to make sure that everything is okay. But, you know, Schneider does a thorough background check. But, you know, this was only day one orientation, man. Day one orientation, you know, it's pretty dull, pretty boring. You get to see a truck, which is cool, you know. You pretty much filling out paperwork the whole entire time, you know, and they going over just everything that you need to know. So I guess stay tuned for day two orientation, you know. It should get more interesting. I think Wednesday, we go out and do the road test. So we didn't do a lot today. Let me see what we did. Like I said, shuttle picked us up at 6 a.m. We went to orientation by 7. You get there about 6:30, so you got the opportunity to eat some breakfast. We sat in front of the computers. We filled out some forms. We did a physical. We had to actually sit in class and do our logs for the day. So you got to actually keep track of your logs for the day on paper logs. So they thorough. So they go by legally. You in class, you on logs. You need to log out your whole entire day. You know, so when you take breaks, when you're just sitting in class, just all that stuff, you need to log that. Every time you get up and get out, that's a break. You know, log every single thing you did the whole entire day. We did a physical and a drug screen. Like I said, they thorough when it comes to doing a background check on you for your personal. They thorough on making sure ain't no drugs or alcohol in your system. We sat down with Schneider Finance. They gave us our contracts. We went over everything to make sure that everything was okay. We sat down with maintenance. We sat down with safety. Like Schneider, when it comes to safety, they don't play no games at all, man. So if you're not a safe driver, Schneider will terminate you. They will terminate you and let you go. So, you know, you got to make sure you following their rules and doing everything up to DOT specs, you know, and make sure it's up to Schneider specs also. Let's see, what else did we do? And really, that was about it, besides filling out paperwork and meeting with, you know, the departments. We met with operations, too. We filled out insurance. You know, Schneider got a lot of different types of insurance. And, you know, I'd say it's a couple that you have to have, but it's some that you don't necessarily need to have, but you still may want to get. So, you know, really look into the insurance if you get a chance, because they got, you know, a lot of different type of insurance. But, you know, from what I see, man, Schneider IC Choice Board is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be amazing. But you really gotta learn your lanes. You really gotta know where the freight is. You really gotta understand and know what you're doing to succeed. And it's just some guys who left and came back, you know. So it was interesting to sit here and talk to them and get their perspective on a lot of things. So, but I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a great relationship between me and Schneider. So this is TB, the Wannabe Trucker. Like and subscribe and stay up to date on my journey through Schneider. And thanks for watching.